pitcher, Tanaka Masahiro.
本日選手を元気に迎えてくれたのは第一生命スペシャルナイタースタンディングファミリーの皆さんでした。
The day two, start! 続きまして始球式を行います。本日の始球式は8番少年野球クラブの三前龍之介君です。それではお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。本日の始球式は今井龍之介君でした。今一度大きな拍手をお願いいたします。さあ行こう、戦いの舞台へ。楽天イーグルス先発ピッチャー。
Good morning, good evening, good everything in between, wherever you are. Welcome to Baseball for Breakfast on this fine July day. I'm your host, Jim Bobernicki, and I'm joined by the illustrious Michael Beatty. How you doing, Mike?
Doing well and excited to finally get a Masahiro Tanaka start on our broadcast.
Yes, I am super excited to see Masahiro Tanaka play today, as I'm sure many of you watching know, former New York Yankee and longtime member of the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. One of the greatest pitchers in Pacific League history. He may be a bit older now, but he's still got some tricks up his sleeve. Super excited to see him perform here today for us.
And as always, he warms up to his custom-made warm-up song by his favorite J-pop group, made exclusively for him.
I was reading he is a major fan of this J-pop group and is even married to an idol.
He's a big J-popper.
Very happy to have you here at Rakuten Mobile Park, one of the nicest venues in the Pacific League. A gorgeous, classical kind of stadium out by a... they had like have a Ferris wheel in the background, right? Like there's a theme park nearby.
I believe the Ferris wheel is part of the park, but my favorite part's actually the infield dirt. It's just how much darker it is compared to your usual infields.
And checking here in the chat, we've got some people coming in. East Bay 66 from Modesto, California. Happy to have you here. Oh, apparently he's hearing some echo. Ooh, I hope we can give us some updates on how we're doing with that. Got Myers Chess Channel here from Brazil. Happy to have you here. As we see some of Tanaka's previous starts. Having, I think it wouldn't be unfair to say one of the worst seasons of his career so far. But, he is getting on in age. But hopefully he has a good game here today. As let's see who's up first for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. Oh, we got some very, very overzealous fans here today.
I wonder, is that echo still there?
Hope not. This first one up is Gosuke Kato. First ever reverse posting player as the first pitch comes and fouled off to the back. Tanaka getting off to a first strike start. Gosuke Kato is the first ever player I think picked up from America and brought to Japan through the posting system. Very, very strange circumstance. As we get ready for the 0-1 pitch here. And he fouls that off again, 0-2.
He was Japanese born, I believe, which allowed him to get drafted by the Fighters, even though he was already playing in the major leagues, or at least the minor leagues at that time.
Interesting. It's the 0-2 pitch coming up. Breaking ball down and in for ball number 1. Seems like the mics are a lot closer to the fans than usual. They are very loud today. The 1-2 pitch coming up here. And down and away again for ball number 2. Two pitch coming up. And Gato chops that foul to the right side. Stays alive in this at-bat.
I don't know if the mics are louder or if the stadium is just It seemed
built
empty,
this way.
enough from the outfield seats.
Interesting.
So maybe you're just hearing everything now.
2-2 pitch coming up here. And that's a breaking ball low and away, apparently, for ball number 3. It looked pretty good to me, but see, Tanaka's still got pretty good control, getting around the strike zone. It's not quite close enough, apparently. Full count pitch coming up here to lead start the game. And that's a fastball just inside for ball 4 as Kato earns a walk to start the game. For those of you who have been following the season, we could not have 2 more different teams at the moment, where the Eagles are one of the hottest teams right now. I believe going, let me see what I have here, 11-6. No, it's 11-6 against the Fighters so far this season. They've been 13-5 over the last month. Very, very good start since post All-Star break. They were not looking so good pre-All-Star break, as anyone who listens to the podcast knows. As we have coming up here, let's see, who do we have? Let's go Matsumoto. Go Matsumoto. And he shows bunt, but gets away with the ball 1. Go Matsumoto, last season's batting champ, and also one of the Best 9 award winner from last season. As we get ready for the 1-0 pitch, man on first, none away here. Tanaka throws down to the first base to check the runner.
As I'm sure he'd tell you himself, Tanaka has not had the 2023 he was expecting. Not by a long shot.
Definitely not. 1-0 pitch coming up here. As a breaking ball, big swing and a miss, or was that fouled off? Either way, strike 1.
But I think he'll benefit a lot from this new Rockton offense, because a lot of his losses earlier in the season, every time I looked at them, they were like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, or 3-2, things that were completely doable for Rockton.
Yeah, the Rockton offense has been amazing as of late. They changed their batting coach halfway through the season, and since then they've been on an offensive tear, one of the top teams in the league. The 1-1 pitch coming up here. And Go Matsumoto drops that over to third as he gets the tag and throws it over to first for the double play. Definitely what Tanaka wanted to see to start this game. As that was an easy double play turned by Itsuki Murabayashi. And I believe that should bring up the former first overall pick, Kotaro Kiyomiya. Battle of the first overall picks here. As he chops that down to second base, collected easily, thrown over to first to end the inning. Didn't even get a chance to introduce Mr. Kiyomiya before he's gone for the end of the halfway through the first inning. Tanaka gets through that unscathed.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, your trivia question for everyone watching is, related to Rockton, who is the all-time hits leader for the Rockton Eagles? Your hint is he is currently playing.
Yeah, we have Nat2V in the chat saying it has been a rough go for Fighters fans lately. As I was saying before, the Eagles are on a tear and the Fighters are not. They've been losing a lot of games lately, and they sit in the bottom of the Pacific League. But they did manage to pick up a win yesterday against the Eagles, so maybe they can turn it around and get a new winning streak going.
The Fighters were just getting it going too. They had a lengthy winning streak for their own, and then everything just
Then
ran
they
out.
undid all of it. Koki Kitayama coming up here. 8th round pick in 2022. And went to Sango University in Kyoto. Nicknamed the Professor by his teammates. Interesting stats here. 5-4, but a 2.56 ERA. I mean, you want to talk about someone who's had bad luck regarding starts.
Does it say why they called him the Professor?
I'm going to guess he's got that big brain.
Big brain mentality.
Yeah, I noticed when going over the notes, it seems a lot of the Eagles are from university products instead of high school draft picks. As Kurabayashi comes up for his first at-bat. I believe that's Kurabayashi at least. No, Murabayashi. My mistake. As pitcher fires that in for strike one right down the middle. Oh, and pitch coming up here. As whoa, big breaking ball inside that Kirby has to back away from.
Murabayashi was actually drafted back in 2015 in the 7th round.
Long-standing member of the Eagles.
And he's still only 25.
How does that... Was he drafted at elementary school?
He's probably like 17 when he got drafted.
I guess that makes sense. It's a big breaking ball in for ball number 2. Two-one pitch coming up here as he gets that low and away for ball number 3. Murabayashi showing good plate discipline. Not even swinging at those close pitches. 3-1 pitch coming up here. As he hits that down to the shortstop, it's collected by Allen and thrown over to first base. First out of the inning. That's infielder Alan Hansen. Sorry, I was like, is Alan first name or last name?
He's been a great mid-season pickup for the Fighters. They signed him out of one of the Japanese independent leagues.
Showing some really good range there on that play. The 0-1 pitch coming up here for strike number 1. I believe that's second baseman Hiroto Kubakata. 2-time All-Star and former Industrial League member with Osaka Gas. As the 0-1 pitch coming up here, and he skies that deep out to right field, going way back, and that's a home run! Big bang home run for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first inning, as Kubakata picks up his 5th home run of the season. Well, that came out of nowhere.
I'd say a month ago, the Eagles go down 1-2-3. But the way they're playing now, that's how they're winning the games like that.
Yep, a lot of big hitting and a lot of big offense for these Eagles. And that came out of nowhere. As Kubakata just takes this changeup, whacks that thing deep out to right field. Definitely best not to leave changeups high. I think that's a general rule pitchers should avoid. Kubakata draws first blood here for the Eagles, bottom of the first inning. Eagles now up 1-0 with only one away. As the batter fouls that off to the left side, as he is Yuya Ogo, Risho University product. Actually played in university with one of his teammates who was drafted by the Bay Stars, but now is with the Eagles. As the 0-1 pitch comes up here, fastball inside for strike number 2.
Did you see that thing involving Sugimoto in the All-Star game where he went out and hugged the opposing pitcher?
Oh, yeah.
Because they were university teammates?
That was beautiful. That was one of my favorite things. I showed so many people at my office that. That was awesome. The 0-2 pitch coming up here, and he fouls that off, staying alive in the at-bat. 0-2 pitch coming up here as he lines that down to second base, collected, and flipped over to first, not in time as Ogo gets on base.
How
Kato could
fast
not...
did he get down that line?
Yeah, he's good. He's a speedster. Let's see here. Well, it was a hard play by Kato, and yeah, wow, yeah, Ogo was gone, though. He's got a bit of that Ichiro technique where you start running halfway through your swing.
Nice. Need more of that. In the chat, we have more people popping in. We have Pierre G. Hedgehog from the Philippines and Joker Man.
As that brings up the big man, Hideto Asamura, one of the best batters in the Pacific League right now. Looking to add to his home run tally, as the first pitch is high for ball number 1. I believe Asamura, if he doesn't lead the league in home runs right now, he's definitely among the league leaders. 9-time All-Star, 2-time RBI leader. As the 1-0 pitch comes up, and he fouls that off to the left side. See a good look there at his big power swing. It's no surprise he's got so many home runs this season. 1-1 pitch coming up here for Asamura. Man on first with 1 away as he throws it down to the first baseman. I do believe that is Ariel Martinez at first, as Pierre G. Hedgehog points out. One pitch coming up here. Oh, as Ogo gets down to second and he steals second. Yeah, Ogo, definitely a speedster.
That and the play at first weren't even close.
Yep,
Like,
no,
he
is.
He had that.
Yeah, he could scoot. Oh, that was a little closer than I thought it was at first, but no, he can scoot. Asamura probably just looking to get this in the air, so Ogo can advance. 2-1 pitch coming up. As Asamura fouls that off to the left side. 2-2.
That is not where you want to put anything to Asamura.
No, definitely not. Honestly, the way he's batting, wait, you don't want to put anything anywhere near him.
That's what they're trying to do, keep it away from him. And no, just curveball down the middle. Did the exact opposite.
2-2 pitch coming up. As that's way outside for ball number 3.
They're listening in. They heard us say, throw nothing near him. And took it literally.
Desraz coming in from the chat from Poland. Happy to have you here. I love the tapestry of people we get from all over the world for these games. It's crazy. Full count pitch coming up here to Asamura. And way outside for ball number 4, Asamura will happily head down to the first base. Definitely not the start of the evening that Kitayama and the fighters were looking for here. Oh, we have Will Jacobson saying it's his first time watching a live NPB game. Happy to have you here too. As Takeru Okajima comes to the plate. Batting .264 on the season. He's lining up a catcher today for the Eagles. And the 0-1 pitch fastball in there for strike number 1. Okajima, one of the few members of the Eagles squad still remaining from that 2013 championship run, where he was in his second year with the team. The 0-1 pitch coming up. Fastball just outside for strike number 2. Kitayama trying to get out of a bind here in the first inning. Perfectly placed ball there for strike number 2. 0-2 pitch coming up. Oh, just inside. Nearly clipped the batter. But Okajima manages to just dodge it for ball number 1.
Away, and then really far inside.
And curveball high and outside for ball number 2. Going to adjust my little lineup card here and put Okajima after Asamura. 2-2 pitch coming up. Runners on first and second with only 1 away here. And woof! Okajima takes a huge hack at that for strike number 3. Kidiyama picking up his first strikeout of the evening.
This entire Braves lineup is in power swing mode at this point. Braves, I mean Rockton Eagles. The chat was confusing me with talk of a lesser team. Big Eagles fans here.
As Franco comes to a bat. Breaking ball low and outside for ball number 1. I don't know why I felt like the stadium got quiet there for a second, and so did my brain. So that is Michael Franco. Michael. Strange name. Strange name these Michaels people have.
Oh, dear.
Franco pops that up. Easy as you like for the second baseman to collect. And there we go, as the Fighters get out of the inning with only 1 run given up, leaving 2 stranded. As the bottom of the first, the Eagles lead 1-0 over the Fighters.
Do you have any coffee this morning, Jimbo?
I do. I haven't had any yet. We will get around to that.
I forgot to get some last night, and now I'm trying to wait for somewhere to open.
That's rough. I remember last time we had a game, I actually made a late night run. It was like 10 p.m. I was like, I didn't get coffee for tomorrow. I got to go out and get that somewhere.
And then the guy working the graveyard shift is just staring at you. Anyway, as we end the first, your all-time hits leader for the Rockton Eagles, your hint was he was currently playing. It is Ginji with 1,238 hits.
Oh, okay. Would have been funny if it was Kobakata, just extending his lead.
Soon.
He's coming. As I believe Chusei Minami should be coming up here for the Nippon Ham Fighters. Minami having a breakout season so far. Unfortunately, didn't do too well in the home run derby, but no one did. It was a weird home run derby. As we see a replay here of Kobakata's home run. Absolutely rocked that thing. You know, even if you look at the way he swung, he was kind of choking up and going for a contact hit and just kind of just powered it out there.
When you're that strong, it's just going to fly out.
Ooh, I see East Bay saying one of the sad things of the season so far, finding out that Roki Sasaki is out for the next little while.
Positive.
Not,
Remember,
it's not the
his
whole
elbow.
year.
It's
And it's
not
not
his
the whole
arm.
year. It's okay. He'll be okay.
Silver lining, it's not an arm injury.
There you go. As Mr. Minami comes up to bat. Challenging for that home run lead, just right next to Asamura, as Tanaka gets him looking with strike number 1. Fastball just outside.
You could possibly sum up Manami as the entire Fighters offense at this point,
Oh, Ariel Martinez has been very
as
good
well as
lately.
Martinez.
Breaking ball low and outside for ball number 1.
With those two, it seems like they're getting the old Tungsten Armo Doyle treatment, where it's like Manami hits 2 home runs as the Fighters lose, 10-2.
And breaking ball just outside for strike number 2. Beautiful curveball for Tanaka. He might not have the speed anymore, but he's definitely still got some decent breaking stuff. Tanaka coming up here with the 1-2 pitch. And Minami takes a brutal golf swing at a pitch in the dirt as Tanaka picks up his first strikeout of the evening.
5番ファーストマルティネス
So you get another look at that curveball.
マルティネス
Woof.
背番号2
Didn't quite hit the dirt, almost. As Ariel Martinez comes up to bat, Cuban international. As Tanaka gets a fastball in there for strike number 1.
More familiar faces populating the chat as the game goes on. We got Sai back again.
Hey, Sai. As Tanaka comes up here and as Martinez picks up a hit out to right field. Wow.
I want to know, is that Mike in the dugout or
that was loud. Man, I am distracted. I'm not gonna lie. That was the loudest fan I've ever heard in my life. Like singular fan.
That's the thing, is it a fan or is it like in the dugout?
Seeing a replay from Alan Hansen getting his home run last night. As Hansen comes up for his first at-bat of the evening. Big breaking ball as Hansen doesn't quite swing for ball number 1. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the sound today, but the fans are mic'd. It's like the fans have all been given individual mics.
Maybe it was an energy drink giveaway day or something.
As Hansen gets ready for the 1-2 pitch. 1-0 pitch, I should say. Breaking ball just outside for ball number 2.
All right, that's gotta be in the dugout. I understood some of it. I think that's in the dugout. That's a loud fighter's dugout microphone.
It's Fighters dugout as it's is it Fighters or Eagles?
Well, they cheered when the ball got through.
Okay, well, I guess so. That's a good point.
Unless
Actually,
it's both. It could be both.
2-0 coming up as the ball just in the dirt for ball number 3, and that one fan is going for it. It kind of reminds me, it's a bit of a, what's the word, non sequitur here, but you ever watch those old New Japan Pro Wrestling matches with Shinsuke Nakamura? There'd always be this one lady going, Shinsuke! Like, very loudly.
The entirety of his fan base.
Yeah, just piercing
just that
through.
one lady. Multiple of that one ladies.
3-0 pitch coming up here. And that's ball. Oh, okay. Strike 1. Low and inside. As we have Duke Gum watching from Honolulu. What a fortunate place to be watching from, man. Love to visit Hawaii someday.
It's a great place. You should go.
You been?
I went for free.
Wow. Nice.
Rich friends.
Very tight.
They let me freeload.
The 3-1 pitch coming up here. As it's a breaking ball inside for ball number 4 as Alan Hansen earns himself a walk. 2 men on here and only 1 away. After Tanaka started with the inning with a strikeout. And he's, you know what? I mean, it was inside, definitely a ball, but he's got that curveball working. It is close still. I feel like I need to be louder to get over this fan. He's drowning me out.
Let's just give him the microphone. It's his game now.
As that brings... So let me just get my card here. Yuya Gunji is up at the plate for ball number 1 here. For Yu Gunji, former fighter. Not fighter, dragon, I should say. Current fighter, obviously. It seems like there's a lot of former dragons in this game. From Martinez to him to, there's a couple players on the Eagles, too. It's the 1-0
fire sale.
1-0 pitch coming up here as he skies that out to right field. And I believe that would go just foul. Now, runners on first and second is always a tricky proposition. You're in an RBI situation, but could also easily find yourself grounding into a double play. So you got to be careful with your approach. As Tanaka gets it, as Gunji skies that out to center, and it'll just fall down. Looks like that RBI I was talking about is coming around as Martinez rumbles around the base paths. Will he make it home? And he will, as Gunji picks up an RBI double. And Hansen makes it home, too. The Fighters are now up 2-1. Looks like we're going to have an exciting game here today.
Looks like they're trying to go on that new 10-game winning streak of their own.
As we see Gunji just slaps that fastball, powering it out to center right. Nice bit of hitting from the young catcher. That will bring Torai Fushimi up to the plate. Oh, as that's collected easily by the first baseman for the second out of the inning. Easy come, easy go. Daiki Asama coming to the plate now. Having a bit of a rough season. The 27-year-old has been playing for the Fighters since 2015. The man on second here, 2 away. Tanaka has a fastball high and up for ball number 1. Look down in the chat, and Pierre G. Hadcock very excited about that RBI the Fighters just picked up, as I'm sure all Fighters fans are. Though I'm sure as all Fighters fans know, game's not over yet. As Tanaka has a fastball outside for strike number 1.
The most foreboding statement you could possibly say to a Fighters fan right now.
You're up by 1 run. And the 1-1 pitch as Asama skies that out to left field. Should be easily collected by Franco, and it is. That brings an end to the half inning. As the Fighters picked up 2 quick RBIs to bring the score 2-1, heading into the bottom of the second.
As we head to the bottom of the second, your trivia question is related to the Nippon Ham Fighters. Your question is, who is the all-time leader in batting average for the team? Your hint is, he's in the Hall of Fame. And he's
Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Shohei Ohtani, all-time stats leader in all stats ever.
Forever and ever, he is the entire Hall of Fame.
Hearing these rumblings that he might get traded to Baltimore, that'd be wild.
For East Bay in the chat, I thought it was good that he was out of that situation in Oakland. I don't think that's a good place for anybody to pitch, especially now. And he's been, even though the stats don't show it, he's been good since June, pretty much. Or a bit before that, when he got moved to the bullpen, he's been pretty good. So now he's, considered a decent trade piece, and I think it was a good pickup for Baltimore.
Daichi Suzuki comes up to bat here. So, I think he had that huge home run that almost extended the Fighters' losing streak last night. Suzuki, former member of the Marines, where he was a 3-time Best Nine Award winner. And a 4-time All-Star.
I've seen more than one Marines jersey where they've just duct taped or whatever over the name Suzuki on the back.
Yes, all right, okay, I'm not going to lie. I thought that second pitch there was a strike, but that brings the count to 2-0. Kitayama getting ready for the 2-0 pitch. As that's just high and inside 2 for ball number 3. As he's fallen way behind in the count. Throw pitch coming up. Fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. The 3-1 pitch coming up here. That's high and outside for ball number 4. As Daichi Suzuki earns himself his first walk of the evening. Big boss Shingo there, not having the best time. Shinjo, I should say.
I think we need to go back to last season where some of the games had the Shinjo Big Boss cam in the corner at all times.
Runner on first with no away here in the bottom of the second. As that brings up catcher Yinjiro Sumitami. Two-time Gold Glove winner at catcher, well, also a 3-time All-Star. As he lays a bunt down to get the runner over, as the pitcher throws it over to first for the first out of the inning. That's a quick at-bat. Wasting no time there just to move the runner over. Which I believe should bring over Tsuyoshi Yamasaki. Kokugakuin University product. Again, Eagles have a lot of university players on their team. Haven't just had the time to highlight them all. Is fastball high and outside for ball number 1. Tatsumi usually leaves a lot to be desired offensively, but in the outfield, he's a 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. Very productive player. As that's a crazy breaking ball that made the batter back up for strike number 1. What happened there? Because he just lost his balance. Is hold on outside for ball number 2.
What pitch was that second pitch? I'm trying to look at the...
It looked like a curveball. Knuckle curve. Ooh. Exciting. Runner on second with only one away here. The 2-1 pitch by Kitayama coming up. As that's a curveball hit, fouled off to the right side. Seems those screaming fans have quieted down a bit. 2-2 pitch on the way. And it's a fastball just outside on the corner, all right, for ball number 3. Just looking at the back of Kitayama's jersey there. I love the Fighters numbers. I think that's a really clean look. Full count pitch coming up here. As he rockets that over to Alan Jones, who bobbles it, no out. So Tatsumi reaches first on a fielding error, but does not manage to move the runner over. Though, you know, still points to Jones for stopping it. Definitely worse errors to make, all things considered.
And we've seen some here on the Baseball for Breakfast broadcast. Go back to that, was it the Orcs game?
Oh, yeah.
With Yokohama?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. As Murabayashi coming up for his second at-bat of the evening. And the first pitch, fastball outside for strike number 1. Guessing is that batting average with runners in scoring position?
I believe it was.
As big curveball gets Murabayashi twisting, fouled off for strike number 2. Runners on first and second here. 1 away as Murabayashi looks to maybe pick up an RBI. Or ground to the double play, as I am always one to point out, as he skies that off to the right side for another foul ball.
You ever notice how your team always grounds into double plays, but the other team never does?
Exactly. That's baseball, baby.
Every time.
As we see Tanaka warming up. As the 0-2 pitch, as Murabayashi hits that down to third, Kitayama flips it over to second as Gato gets it down to first. As Martinez collects it to end the inning with a double play. Ooh, I need that coffee. Got really tripped up there.
Speaking of coffee, it's been acquired. Somewhere opened up. It is currently getting made and will be delivered to me allegedly in like 10 minutes.
Fantastic. Brings us to the bottom of the second. The score remains 2-1 in favor of the Fighters.
And the answer to your trivia question, who is the all-time leader in batting average for the Nippon Ham Fighters? The answer is Hall of Famer Isao Harimoto with 322. And
that's a pretty good batting average.
I encourage everybody to look up Isao Harimoto because he's got a great story. Also, your all-time NPB hits leader.
Oh, that's impressive.
He got over 3,000 hits with a largely useless right hand. Due to an injury he had when he was young.
So you got a beautiful shot here at the stadium. Definitely one of the more visually appealing stadiums in the league. Though all the stadiums in the Pacific League are gorgeous. But this one is particularly beautiful. As that should bring us up to the top of the order again.
1番セカンド加藤豪介
Ichiban indeed.
加藤豪介
As Gosuke Kato comes up. I think I called him Godo on the double play there. He's got cut up between his first and last name. Maybe it could be his nickname. As Tanaka has a curveball go in there. Fouled off to the right side. 0-1. Tanaka with the windup. And a fastball as Kato skies that deep out to right field. Should be collected very easily by Ogo. And it is. One away here.
2番レフト松本剛
Ah, there he is. There's that one fan. I was just thinking, I was like, it's a little quiet. Where's the screaming guy? Seems he's a big Go Matsumoto fan. And who wouldn't be? He's a fantastic player. As he goes for a bunt, leading to strike one.
Kojak, that is just the rosin off the bag.
A 1 pitch coming up here by Tanaka, as it's a breaking ball just outside for ball number 1. Tanaka not one to rest very long as the 1-1 pitch comes up here. And he hits that down to third base. Moribayashi collects it, flips it over to first to end the second batter there. 2 away.
3番サード清宮
It's like a 2-seam fastball. Is Kiyomiya. It's coming up to the plate here. As I pointed out very briefly at the first inning, this is a battle of former first overall picks, as Tanaka was the first overall pick, I believe, back in 2008. Kiyomiya was back in 2020. I might have those dates wrong, but I have the spirit of my point is correct. As the 0-1 pitch comes up here, Kiyomiya chops that foul, bringing him up to 0-2.
For Will in the chat, there has not been anything like that. It's been, I believe the Mizuno ball that they use it doesn't come tacked, it just has a better grip by default on it. So stuff like they never really had to do any of that.
0-2 pitch coming up here by Tanaka, as Kiyomiya skies that off to the left side this time, keeping the at-bat alive.
I believe there's some sort of proprietary oil process that they do in making the Mizuno balls with the leather.
0-2 pitch coming up here as Kiyomiya gets called out and strike 3. As Tanaka makes very quick work of the fighters that half inning. Coming into the bottom of the third here, fighters still up 2-1. As we will face the middle of the order for the Eagles coming up here.
And to go back to you, as we go to the bottom of the third, your trivia question is, who is the single season leader in batting average for the Rockton Eagles? Your hint is it happened in 2008.
I don't know. I'm always terrible at these trivia questions, but hopefully someone in the chat knows.
It's actually I don't think this will help anybody, but it's substantially low for a single season all-time lead.
Okay, that's interesting. Just hearing that reminded me of how Asamura, I was going through old podcasts today, getting ready to prepare a special something for the fans, and was hearing how Asamura was leading the Eagles with batting average at like 230 earlier this season.
It goes back much deeper than we thought it did.
Oh man, that was brutal. Listening to us speak in chipmunk voice all day was very hard on my sanity.
Now I know what to do if I ever need to, I see. I'll have to try that.
Kobukata coming up here. We see a replay of that home run he hit in the first. Sai guest Hisashi Iwakuma.
Man, that was terrible. Now when those names get really long.
Hiroto Kubakata coming up here. And the first pitch coming is a breaking ball just inside for strike number 1. And the 0-2 pitch was a curveball just outside for strike number 2. It's interesting. Looking at Kitayama's profile, used to be a closer, but is now starting for the Eagles as Kobukata skies that into center, hit straight up the thing for a single. The field.
Just to amend the trivia question, I looked at the wrong part of my table, and that was actually the team's record in 2008, 272, which is actually very good as a team.
Okay, 272. I'm like, that's
okay,
insane.
So the single season record is substantially high, so now we're going in the other direction.
Yuya Ogo coming up here. And I think as we saw, even if he hits into a ground ball, a double play might be hard with how much speed he's got on the base paths. Oh, a pitch coming up here by Kitayama, and that's a fastball high and inside for ball number 1. Kitayama just looks like a smart guy. I know why they call him the professor. He looks like a professor. As it takes a huge twisting swing and a miss for strike number 1. There, Kitayama's changeup, I should say, that got crushed earlier. Runner on first with no away as the 1-1 pitch comes up here. And Kitayama gets that inside for strike number 2. Ogo stands ready for the 1-2 pitch as the catcher sets up outside, but Kitayama throws down to the first baseman. No play at first. One-two pitch come up. Yeah. Every time I get ready, Kitayama throws down to first. And that's true, Wiles Delta. We should have Shinjo Cam whenever we do fighters games. That would be wonderful. I believe that was a thing at some point.
Last year, for like half the season, they had the Shinjo Cam.
1-2 pitch coming up here. I'm sorry. It's the third time that's happened. I think you were getting your coffee. Kitayama just keeps throwing down to first base as I say he's getting ready to pitch.
Ooh. Just to preface this, I have a window in my room, but I haven't turned around to look outside it. So I went downstairs to get my coffee. I was greeted by sunlight,
Oof.
And
Blasting
it was
your
like
eyes out.
caveman coming out. Oh god.
I'm scared to say he's about to pitch. Oh, there we go, and he pitches. I think the runner was going because the way the catcher popped up. Yep, there we go. We see it. Kobakata definitely looking to steal.
How nice of the fighter's pitcher to stall for me to get back.
He really did, honestly. It's funny, yeah, the count is exactly the same as when you left.
I'm telling you, they watch us. They
1-2 pitch coming up here. As I'm getting ready for Kitayama to throw down to first. Nope. And Ogo fouls that off to the left side again. Keeps the at-bat at 1-2, and Kobakata is getting his cardio today as he runs back from second once again. Did I just hear Usher's yeah for a second? Is that possible?
I didn't hear it, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
As Kitayama throws down to first yet again. One-two pitch coming up here. No way with a man on first, as that's a fastball way outside as Kobakata gets down to the second base line. And safe, as the catcher could not make the throw. Though he did make a good effort, though. I'll give him that. Well, now all that drama's over. I like it. Kobakata's a short guy, and you see those legs really get pumping, as he's definitely in there. Also, still good throw and attempted tag, though.
I think he's just as glad as everyone else is that it's over.
Is that his 18th steal of the season? That's pretty good. That's definitely among the league leaders. 2-2 pitch here with man on second and none away. As Ogo skies that off to left side again for what seems like the fifth foul ball of the at-bat. Just got to adjust myself. Two-two pitch on its way to Ogo, who big swing and a miss as the longest at bat of the game by far comes to an end. Looks like we have somebody in the chat from Tampa, home of a very good baseball team. Happy to have you here, Roderick Tillman. It's an early morning game as we just come around to 6 o'clock here on the East Coast. Happy to have you all here for baseball for breakfast. As Hideto Asamura comes up here with one man away and a man on second. As he rockets that breaking ball way down to the left field side as it's collected by Go Matsumoto. I thought for a moment we were going to have another home run.
The cameraman certainly didn't help. Is that like the best swing to ever produce a routine flyout? Looked like he hit that ball perfectly.
Yeah, it did. It was a beautiful hit, actually, now that you mention it. As Takeru Okajima comes up for a second at bat of the evening. Another RBI situation here. Man on second. as he takes a big swing and as Martinez bobbles it down on the first base line, but he flips it over to Kitayama, who picks up the out, bringing into the third inning. As we are now a third of the way through the proceedings here, Fighters up 2-1 over the Eagles. And as I was saying, we're just rounding out around to 6 a.m. here on the East Coast. So happy to have you all here with us today. As always, sound off where you're from if you haven't already. We love to see the beautiful tapestry of fans we have all over the world. As the middle of the order for the Fighters coming up next. We've got multiple people from Tampa here. That's nice.
The answer to your trivia question, who is the single season leader for the Rockton Eagles in batting average, is Rick Short with 332.
Rick Short.
Nice guy.
Short first name, short last name. That's a good guy right there.
He was a batting coach, I think last year or the year before for the Diamondbacks. I think he's still with the Diamondbacks.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Good team to be with right now.
Just taking a look at our schedule here, I believe our next game after this one will be a midnight matinee on August the 8th between the Hawks and the Eagles. So, Eagles fans, you're getting you're getting your money's worth here with our broadcasts on YouTube. And with how hot the Eagles have been, maybe they'll have won every game between here and then. Beautiful shot of the skyline here with that iconic Ferris wheel. Top of the fourth inning, Chusei Minami will lead off the inning. Woof! Tanaka lays in a high breaking ball, and Minami swung at that thing like he wanted it to leave the country. That was a huge swing and a miss. Tanaka getting ready for the 0-1 pitch as he gets a fastball high for strike number 2, I should say. O2 pitch coming up here. Fastball outside, just low and outside for big strike number 3. Tanaka just demolishing Minami there. Picking up, I believe, his third strikeout of the evening. Yep, perfect fastball, low and outside. Tanaka showing a bit of his, my God, I've forgotten what words are. Classic form. Anyway, Martinez coming up to bat. Vintage, that's the word I was looking for. As Tanaka gets another fastball in there for strike number 1. Vintage form by Tanaka, I was trying to say. Martinez picked up a single his first time out and then rounded the bases for the first run of the evening for the Fighters. As Tanaka gets a ball low and inside for ball number 1.
Wasn't there a wrestling commentator that used to call everything vintage? Or am I remembering wrong?
No, there's a move by Randy Orton called the Vintage.
That's interesting.
He goes, Vintage Orton. Yeah, with he does like a off the apron off the rope DDT kind of thing.
Anyway. When I think of vintage moves, that's what I think of.
2-1 pitch coming up here, and that's a breaking ball low and outside for ball number 3. It's funny, vintage, not a terribly complicated word, but I completely forgot the English language when looking for it.
You could have started speaking French.
Ooh, la forme classique du Monsieur Tanaka.
And we have 0 viewers.
There's the ball 4 outside as Ariel Martinez earns himself a walk. So after making his way through Minami pretty quickly, Martinez earns himself a walk. So it's 1 away with a man on first here in the top of the 4th. as Alan Hansen comes up. Former Independent Baseball League member. Used to play for the Pirates, White Sox, Giants, Blue Jays, and Mariners. At least in the minors. Speaking of French ancestry, apparently he's got French ancestry. Monsieur Alan Hansen. Oh, as Martinez gets... Oh, out? Really? I thought we were about to see a Martinez steal. But Suminami makes a great throw. Though, are we going to see a replay on that, or are we going to see a challenge? Wow, Martinez got a huge lead, but didn't matter. Oh, absolutely got rocked there. rest of the chat just as surprised as I am that Martinez tried to make that happen. The 0-1 pitch coming up here, and that's a fastball low and in for ball number 1. One pitch coming up as Hansen gets good contact on it, and he gets through the first baseman, and Hansen picks up another hit this evening. I don't remember if he got a hit or a walk last time out, but it is his second time on base. Oh, just well hit down the first base line. The first baseman couldn't make the play. As that brings up. Oh, I had him written down before. That brings up Yuya Ginji. Tanaka with a fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. Enjoying your coffee, Michael?
I am. It is. It is wonderful.
As Tanaka has a breaking ball low and outside for ball number 1.
I also got a wake-up wrap and a donut.
What's a wake-up wrap?
It's just a breakfast wrap. Dunkin's, whatever branding that they call it.
Well, it's pretty good. What is it, like a hash brown, egg, cheese, sausage, that kind of thing?
The usual.
Yeah, we have something like that. We call it a worker's wrap, I think, or farmer's wrap, depending on where you go.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's a breaking ball low and outside for ball number 2.
And in terms of the coffee, it is a iced latte with butter pecan, hazelnut, and caramel flavor swirls added to it.
That would maybe not kill me, but cause me to have a mild allergic reaction, because I'm allergic to hazelnuts.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, it's not bad, though. It's not like anaphylactic, is that what they call it? You know, where you die? I don't have that.
Oh.
2-1 pitch coming up here. 2 away with a man on first, as Tanaka gets that fastball low and outside for strike number 2.
Do you remember that picture of the maple leaf shaped like candies I sent you the other day?
Yes.
So those are from Montreal, and I work with a diabetic, and we told her, do not eat those.
Yes.
They were pure
Definitely
sugar. Like even worse than normal.
And Tanaka with the pitch as Gunji hits that down to second. He flips it over to Murabayashi at short to bring an end to the half inning. As the Fighters don't pick up any points there, still 2-1. Coming into the bottom of the 4th.
And we're going to go back to Nippon Ham for your trivia question as we go to the bottom of the inning. Let's see.
And as we see here, upcoming broadcasts, we have on August 8th, on a Tuesday, it'll be the Hawks and Eagles. Is 18 JST baseball for breakfast or midnight matinee? That's baseball for breakfast, yes, right?
Yeah.
So everyone enjoying this broadcast, we'll have another one coming up on August the 8th, which in my head sounds like a long time away, but it's only a week and a half from now. Will I be back at work yet? I will not be, so.
Nice. Okay,
You know, it
40
sounds nice,
fighters.
but I need money.
Money's made up, man. Anyway, your single season home run leader for the Fighters. Who is it? It happened in 1980, so you're gonna have to go back quite a ways.
I was getting ready to say Otani. Wow. Oof, my brain is okay. All right, it's coffee time. I couldn't remember who Otani was. It's coffee time. Kiriyama coming up here for his fourth inning of work. Obviously hasn't been perfect, but hasn't been too bad either so far this game. As what started off with an offensive explosion has turned into a bit of a pitcher's duel. Mikael Franco coming up. I believe he hit the first home run. Yeah, he was the one who hit the first home run at Escon Field of the Fighters.
Yeah.
I remember this. As fastball high and outside for ball number 1.
Michael Franco, along with other PL alumni, Freddie Galvis, pretty much the only bright spots during the Phillies' rebuilding years.
As Franco hits that off to the left side for a foul ball and strike number 1.
And believe me, there weren't many bright spots back then.
So I think Philly
somebody from
rebuilding
Belgium.
years. Oh, that's nice.
Fancy.
As Franco skies that deep out to right field. Is that going to get out of? Oh my goodness. Minami bobbles that as Franco will easily get down to second. Whoa. I say easily as the Minami rockets that into second. But it is still a stand-up double. I'd like to see on the replay what happened there. It looks like Minami almost pulled a Jose Canseco and bobbled that out of the field. Let's take a look here. Oh my goodness! Oh man. He nearly volleyball hit that out of the park. That would have been something to see.
You would see that GIF until the end of time.
Yeah, that would be that would get us a lot of social media impressions. As who do we have coming up to bat next? That is one Mr. Daichi Suzuki, 2018 second round pick. Traded from the Bay Stars nearly a year ago today. Oh, wait, no, I'm terribly sorry. I'm looking at the wrong line.
What's my line?
As Kiriyama gets strike 1 here. Happy to have you from Belgium, Romvi. I wish we kept track throughout the year of how many different countries we've had people in from, because it's been a lot. As the 0-1 pitch coming up here, man on second with none away. As Daichi rounds that out to first, and Martinez picks up the out as Franco moves over to third.
We should do a viewer award to celebrate all our repeat viewers that we get.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Everyone, waking up or staying up late with us.
See, off the top of my head of viewers I can think of that we have regularly, we have obviously Pure G Hedgehog, Psy, Hart, and Nat V.
West Bay as well.
That's true, and West Bay, you mean East Bay.
East Bay. East Bay. There's a guy named West Bay. I've seen his website.
West Bay is his cantankerous older brother.
The evil twin.
As I believe Tsushiro Yamasaki is coming up to bat, though I will make sure of that because I was just pouring my coffee. As he chops that foul, strike number 1. Oh no, it's the catcher Sumitani.
Should have drank that coffee earlier.
Yep. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's Sesame, right? Man on third with 1 away here. Bottom of the fourth inning.
It's like all's right with the world when you take that first sip.
It really is. As Sumiyami skies that deep out to right field. Now, if Minami will make the play, and can the runner make it in from third, and Franco gets down, and the Eagles have tied up the game here in the bottom of the fourth, 2-2. Good throw from Minami. I mean, that would have been hard for anyone to make, but he did make it close at least. Yeah, still a good throw, but obviously not in time. As that brings up to the plate Ryosuke Tatsumi. Had to hit his last time out. As Kitayama breaking ball high and outside for ball number 1. One-oh pitch coming up here, as that's just inside for ball number 2. We see people in the chat saying maybe the fighters have already lost. I don't think it's not that fatalistic. I think it'll be a good game. I think we got some excitement on our hands. As the 2-0 pitch comes up here, and the fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. Two-one pitch from Kitayama coming up. As Tatsumi gets that down through the second baseman and picks up his second hit of the evening. And that'll bring us back around to the top of the order for the Golden Eagles, as Mr. Murabayashi will be up soon. Looking to pick up his first hit of the evening, as we see a nice replay there of some good technical hitting by Tatsumi. Seems like every game I point out somebody's a defensive stud without much offense. They prove me wrong by having good offensive games, like Gedo did last time we were out here with the Oryx Buffaloes.
All we do at this place is get proven wrong, I think.
Yep, that's our job.
So if you want your team to be good, just have us say something about them.
If you want your team to be good, listen to the podcast and hear our wrong takes.
Exactly. Go watch it. Listen to it. Share it.
And for fans of the podcast, I would just like to apologize. We will be a little late coming out with this week's episode because we had to prepare for this game, obviously, and our schedules got all screwed up. But the episode is coming. We will be wrapping up what happened over the All-Star break and the very exciting week it's been since. As Murabayashi comes up for his third plate appearance. Ball 1. One-0 pitch by Kitayama coming up as Murabayashi hits that cleanly down left field, and it lands for another hit. Tatsumi gets over to second base. Two on here with 2 away at the bottom of the fourth, as the Eagles are looking to maybe get out ahead of the Fighters now. Beautiful hit by Murabayashi. Hiroto Kodakaraba coming up here. Looking to hit in another 3 runs possibly if he hits another home run. Or he could even just pick up 1 with a well-hit ball. Looking for his third hit of the evening. And that's a curveball. Okay. To me, I thought that was way outside, but strike number 1. 0-1 pitch coming up here. Ooh, fastball right down the middle. Got Kobakata half swinging and looking, but definite strike. O2 pitch coming up here. As Kobakata swings on a breaking ball, just gets that foul. Stays alive in the at-bat. Ooh, that's a huge breaking ball. It almost looks like he's got like a fork grip but a curveball motion there. And big swing and a miss by Kobakata brings an end to the inning for the Fighters, or for the Eagles, I should say, as they've tied the game up here in the bottom of the fourth, 2-2.
In the chat for PRG Hedgehog, my favorite mascot is not in the Pacific League, but however, for the Pacific League, I will have to go with Zuchan of the Chipolote Marines.
For me, I have to go with Leo from the Saitama Seibu Lions. Not even because I really like him, but because it just always makes me think of Kimba, which always makes me think of YMS, one of my favorite YouTube channels. And it's just really funny to see. Man, if you haven't seen that video, look up YMS Kimba later. It is a trip. Seriously. This man was making a video about the Lion King and ended up researching a bit about Kimba, fell into a deep, dark rabbit hole of this whole conspiratorial thing about how people said Kimba ripped off the Lion King or vice versa. Lion King ripped off Kimba. It's a crazy video. I can't recommend it enough. He inadvertently becomes the internet's biggest expert on the subject just to prove people wrong.
Wikipedia at 3 a.m. It's dangerous. I do have the throwback Seibu Lions hat with Kimba on it. I got that at Shinagawa Station in Tokyo when it's coming back from
we
Osaka.
got some cool little shooting game going on here in the
That's the most
stadium.
American thing I've ever seen, and it's in the Pacific. I hear the Star Spangled Banner playing.
Oh, this looks like, man, if I was a kid, this looks like it'd be the best stadium. I think it might be some sort of Children's Day thing, because I was seeing a lot of kids earlier when they were showing the stands, but also explain the volume early on.
I think the local community just really supports Rockton.
That's true. Yeah, I heard from Rakuten fans the team has a very deep bond with their area. And I mean, all the teams do, but it's very special to the Tohoku area. As the batter skies it out to deep, just lines shy for a base hit. Wasn't sure who that was. Terribly sorry. Got distracted with their talking there. Squisher King says he's a huge Yankees fan and misses Tanaka so much. Well, hey, he's here. You get to enjoy him here. But yeah, I feel that too. As a Yankees fan, Tanaka was a pleasure to watch. As Ariel Martinez, oh no, my mistake, totally off with that. Don't know why I thought that was Martinez. As Tanaka throws down to first.
The way that Tanaka left the U.S. is obviously not the way you'd want anybody to, leave the league that they're playing in, but I know Yankees fans appreciated him when he was there, but in his absence, it seems more than ever I'm seeing tons of people just like, can we have Tanaka back, please?
Oh man, when he was on. As Daiki Asama gets ready here for the took a swing at a dirt ball there. Strike number one. 0-1 pitch coming up here from Tanaka. Man off first with none away here. As Sama skies that off to the left side for a foul ball.
I've mentioned it before, and I think you've seen it in our Super Secret Broadcaster chat, but I do enjoy collecting the baseball players' autographs.
Yes.
Tanaka, when he was in NPB originally, had this big kanji autograph that was huge. And then when he came to the States, he shortened it to just Tanaka in cursive. And now that he's come back, he has not come back to the kanji signature. He still just writes Tanaka in English.
Huh. Well, I guess he got used to it.
Probably a lot easier on the wrist.
Yeah, probably. 0-2 pitch coming up here to Osama. As he hits that down to the left field side, just foul. And the fan volume goes way up when the fighters are at bat.
Even the batter is just...
He's like, man.
I feel like he just made eye contact with the fan right there.
0-2 pitch coming up here for Tanaka. Looking to pick up his 4th strikeout of the evening. As that's just inside for ball number 1. Yeah, that looked like a strike to me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I kind of felt that too.
It wasn't even that Sumitami did a bad job framing it. Just that, weird call by the ump. 1-0 pitch coming up here. Sumitami sets up low and away. As Tanaka hits it, and Asamura gets it down over on the right field side. As Ogo will make the throw down to the cutoff man, and that will be a stand-up double for Asamura. Asama, I should say, not Asamura. After fouling it off to the left side so many times, he gets that just inside on the right. Picking up a very nice double. So we're going to have a little conference here with Tanaka. Bit of a rough patch here. Runners on 3rd and 2nd with none away here in the top of the 5th inning. As I believe the next batter for the Nippon Ham Fighters will be Kato. Gunji Kato. Gosuke Kato, I should say. Who's Gunji? Oh, yeah. Gunji's the other guy, right.
バッターは1番セカンド加藤豪介。
Former Toronto Blue Jay, I believe, Gosuke Kato. As Tanaka sets up. And he gets some big swing and a miss with the breaking ball there. 0-1. If I had to guess, that looked like a changeup or a slider. Don't know if we'll get a replay on that.
Everybody was so still there for a moment between Tanaka and the batter, I kind of thought my stream froze.
Yeah, no, there was like this lull. That's just Tanaka's pitching style, I find. Very zen. If Tanaka can get out of this, that'll be very impressive.
That would be the most fighters thing ever.
Oof. As Kato fouls the ball off his own knee. Something we've seen quite a few times on our broadcasts. It is funny. They wear the padding, and then it always seems to hit everything but the padding. 0-2 pitch coming up here for Tanaka. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with none away here.
I think those are the culprits.
That would make sense. 0-2 pitch coming up. As Tanaka gets it just inside for a big-time strikeout. Definitely a huge step in the right direction for the Eagles. The Kato does not like that call.
2番レフ
Let's see here on the replay. Sumida definitely set up inside. Ooh, yeah, that is a on-the-line pitch. Good movement on that, though. As Tanaka works his way out of one matter, he's got 2 more to go here. But that brings up Go Matsumoto, again, last year's batting average leader in the league. So definitely who you want to see at bat right now for the Fighters. Hoping to at least put the ball in play to bring the runner home. As Tanaka gets a fastball. Ooh, sorry. Choked up there. Fastball just inside for ball number 1. There was a coffee ground stuck in my throat.
Oof, hate it when that happens.
1-0 pitch coming up here. Again, we have men on second and third with 1 away. As Tanaka, I thought he caught that for a second, but no, instead we will have the second baseman flips it down to first as a runner does score for the Fighters. They are now ahead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th, or top of the 5th, I should say. My mistake. Nice back and forth game going on here. Man, I thought I got that. That would have been marvelous. No, instead, got it over to Kobukata, who flipped it down to first. As that'll bring up Kotaro Kiyomiya. Those of you who don't know, Kiyomiya was the former all-time record holder for home runs in high school, which I believe he hit over 100. As the first pitch comes up, and a huge swing and a miss by Kiyomiya, strike number 1.
And that record was broken this year by
Rintaro Sasaki.
Sasaki, no relation.
So excited to see him play next year.
Obviously, this year, probably the first round pick.
I wouldn't be surprised if
contested by at
everyone
least
picks
5
him.
teams.
I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if every team picked him. As this a fastball way high for ball number 1.
I think the record is 11 teams, and I think it was 11 teams that were on Hideo Nomo. Might have been 10.
Really? Huh. I remember looking into that once. I remember the most recent record was Kiyomiya with, I think, 7, which is quite a lot. Though Tanaka, I think, had 5. Fastball just outside for ball number 2. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the MPB draft is very interesting in that instead of there being a standard draft order, the teams all pick the first round pick at the same time, and if you have the same guy as someone else, you guys basically draw straws for who gets them. So some of the best players like Tanaka and Kiyomiya have many teams pick them in the first round. And, one of them gets lucky enough to happen. As that's low and outside for ball number 3.
I like the strategy of that that way of drafting because you can either go to the lottery to try and get, a perennial talent, or you can look at who's number 2, 3, or 4 that is still going to be great because it's the first round, but are probably going to be completely uncontested.
That's true. No, there's definite strategy to it. I just personally, I think I'd always swing for the fences. I'd be like, give me the big guy. As the 3-1 pitch to Kiyomiya, as Kiyomiya chops that foul, bring him to a full count.
Former Chivalote manager Tadahito Iguchi was nicknamed Godhand for the fact that they had 3 winning lotteries in a row,
including one Roki Sasaki.
It was 17, 8, it might have been more, 17, 18, 19, just got them all. Full
count pitch coming up here to Kiyomiya. as he hits that deep out to right field, and it lands in center right. This will be an easy stand-up double for, again, the former first overall pick, as he lands safely. Did he get all the way down to third? Did he do a big scoot? So Kiyomiya wins this battle of the former first overall picks, as he took Tanaka's changeup delivery deep out there. Wow, yeah, wow. I was not familiar with that part of his game. Kiyomiya's got some speed on him. So that brings us to pretty much the exact same situation. 2 away with a runner on third now, as the Fighters are up 4-2. Chusei Minami looking for his first hit of the evening, as he chops that down the third base line just fair, and that'll bring home Kiyomiya, as the Fighters are tacking on the runs here, 5-2, as Minami makes it safely to second base. Rest easy, Fighters fans in the chat. I know you were nervous before, but you're getting out ahead now. You know, as I say that, what happens when I say something, right?
So this is just what's been happening to Tanaka pretty much all season at this point. A few good innings, and it all falls apart around the 4th or 5th.
And that was just fair by the slimmest of margins. Two away man on second here for Ariel Martinez. Looking for a start of the evening, as Tanaka gets a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. One out pitch coming up is it's a fastball low and outside again for ball number 2. You know, as you were mentioning, Tanaka he was effective until this inning. He was having a pretty decent game, but yeah, now it's kind of fallen off here. Wouldn't be surprised if this were his last inning before we see the bullpen come out. Now, the Eagles do have very effective bullpen arms, so it's definitely not the end of the game for them. As the 2-0 pitch comes up here. Breaking ball way outside for ball number 3.
One Yuki Matsui is in that bullpen. Great bullpen arm, and has eyes on trying to go to MLB either next year or the year after.
I believe he's one of 3 players in Pacific League history with 200 saves. Something like that. One of the best closers in the league.
And he's still super young, too, to have that many saves at least.
Throw a pitch coming up here to Martinez. Fastball right down the middle. I'm a big fan of just swinging for it on 3-0, but that's just me. Built different.
If that was me in that situation,
I would have hit that ball.
not that I was there, but if I was.
3-1 pitch coming up here. As Martinez gets that right out to center field, and that'll bring down Minami, who rounds third for another run. 4 runs here in the top of the 5th inning for the Fighters, as they are just breaking away from the Eagles now, 6-2.
and Tanaka is out.
That is the end of Masahiro Tanaka's night. Very unfortunate to see that. As we said, he was doing good and just got slapped around here in the 5th inning. As Martinez very cleanly hit out to center field. As I believe Ryota Ishimashi is coming up. Ishibashi, I should say.
With most bullpens being down in the basements of the stadiums, you can't actually see who's warming up. You don't really get to know until they come out.
Ishibashi is entering his 6th year here with the Eagles. And again, we'd just like to remind you guys, if you're enjoying the broadcast, we have another one coming up on August the 8th, as the Hawks will take on the Eagles. Ryota Ishibashi, number 60 for the Rakuten Golden Eagles from Osaka. I was just looking into Ishibashi here on the official Rakuten Golden Eagles site. They've got some fun little quiz blurbs with him, and his advice to children to enjoy baseball: hit home runs. It seems a bit strange for a pitcher to say that, but I respect that.
Hit home runs, just not off of me.
As that brings up Mr. Alan Hansen. Ishibashi's first pitch is way outside for ball number 1.
That reminds me, I have a friend that played in one of the J-League satellite teams in another country, and in his official bio, his favorite color was, and I quote, the color of money.
That's fantastic. That's wonderful. 1-0 pitch coming up here for Ishibashi as Hansen skies that out to right field, and that falls. Oh my goodness. Things are falling apart here for the Eagles, as what looked to be a routine flyout just ended up being a dying quail. So that brings us over to 2 men on first and second with 2 away here. That brings up, I know who it is. It is Mr. Yuya Gunji. Was that the beginning of this inning where he hit that ball? I think the Fighters have been batting for a while now. As Gunji skies that out to right, and it'll fall again in right center. As Martinez rumbles around the base paths once more and will make it home. As the Fighters do not stop piling on the runs, 7-2 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Either Rakuten's new era of dominance is going to come to a brief end, or Nippon Ham's going to have the downfall of all downfalls and continue a slide.
Well, we'll take a look here. The Fighters did beat the Eagles yesterday. Maybe they're just their specific kryptonite. Runners on first and third here, as that'll bring up. One moment, sorry. So many batters, I'm just having a hard time keeping track of where we are. With Torai Fushimi. As Ichiban throws that in there for strike number 1. Ishibashi, I should say. Ichiban! The Fighters are just scoring runs at a rate we can't even keep up with at the moment. As Ishibashi gets ready for the 0-1 delivery. It's low and outside for ball number 1. Ishibashi's follow-through kind of reminds me a bit of Tim Lincecum. He's got that very downward motion. Tim Lincecum, one of my absolute favorite players growing up. Don't know if anyone else in the chat is from that era.
Were you alive in 2010?
Were you watching baseball in 2010? You know, like those are different things. Though God, as you said that, I would have sworn it was a little earlier than that. 2-1 pitch coming up here for Ishibashi. This is breaking ball inside as Sumida throws it. Oh my goodness! Oh man, dude, this is falling apart. This is turning into a mess for the Eagles as the catcher sails the ball over the second baseman's head and allows the Alan Hansen to score from third.
Well, Pierre in the chat, you can't have a good 2 years and go in the Hall of Fame.
Well, okay, wait, let's be fair. It was like 4 years, and it was like the best 4 years. But you're right. No, unfortunately, I do agree. He didn't play long enough, but man, that peak was something. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone in the chat's having the same reaction we are. Is what is going on here?
I was going to say that delivery, when I looked at it, did remind me of Lincecum, and then all of a sudden, there's a ball in center field.
There's Fushimi looking to pick up his second hit of the evening. I mean, everyone for the... And then we go. Ishibashi gets out of the inning with a strikeout. Very, very hard inning for the Eagles, to say the least, as coming into the bottom of the fifth, it is now 8-2 for the Fighters. Yeah, I'm just looking over the box score. Nearly every fighter got a hit that inning.
Oh God! Celebrate your.
Yeah. Hey guys, who wants a T-shirt? I feel like whoever's in charge of that could have tried to plan that out a little differently.
Those cheerleaders have the most difficult job in the stadium right now.
Come on, guys. It's fine. It's the Fighters. We can score 6 runs on them. Yeah, those fans don't look terribly enthused. Understandably so. Ooh, Crazy Frog. That's a bop. That's a finger wagger. You got finger waggers, head bobbers, and toe tappers.
I never thought anybody would call Crazy Frog either of those.
I'd say it's a head bobber. It's a dun, 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 you know. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Do you like that one song about being blue?
I do. Oh my goodness, I love Eiffel 65's Blue. Are you kidding me?
So they seem to be the similar. Was it not same genre, but
no, kind of same
music, house
yeah,
music.
Yeah, kind of same kind of early 2000s EDM kind of thing, mid-aughts. Dude, I'm Blue.
Do you guys have Six Flags up there?
No, we have theme parks. I just don't think the Six.
So you don't
we
know
don't
the
have
Six
like
Flags commercial with the old man.
Oh,
and the
with
EDM.
the crazy buses coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I made enough cultural impact that we found out about it. Yuya Ogo comes up here. So you want to talk about somebody who's got a hard job here? Ogo's got to try to right the ship for the Eagles now. There's a breaking ball run outside for strike one. As Kitayama got a big break there. I feel like he's been off for an hour. That half inning lasted forever. Kitayama getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. High and outside for ball number 1.
Yeah, it's every time I think we have a good pace going, we hit like the 5th or 6th inning and then it just slows down.
Kiriyama and Oga hits that over to Goto, who collects it and flips it down to first for the first out of the inning. I called him Goto again. It's Kato. It was a nice play by Kato to pick up the first out. You know, if you remember, I think early in the first inning, he basically made almost the same play, and Ogo ran that out. As that brings Mr. Big Time Asamura to the plate here. As Kiriyama throws this first ball just outside for ball number 1. Asamura, a 9-time All-Star, I believe mentioned earlier. Former Cebu Lion. Yeah, I agree with Sai. I do imagine a lot of batters in the 2000s came out to Sandstorm. 2-0 pitch coming up here by Kiriyama. Way outside and in the dirt for ball number 3.
I've seen a couple of clips from the early to mid 2000s, and it's not unbelievable, but there was a lot of Naruto opening songs used as walk-up songs back then.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
A substantial amount.
As Kiriyama gets fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. We are fighting dreamers. Da, 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 da.
And at least 2 people on every team had the Chala Head Chala Japanese Dragon Ball opening.
Oh man, people should still be using that. That's outstanding. I never thought about that. As Asamura gets a big time contact deep out to right field. Is this going to go? Oh, not all the way, as the center field collects it for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning, I should say. My mistake. Oh, it did look like for a second there that Asamura was going to pick up another home run. Huge power hit. Yeah, he's got a beautiful swing.
That one went farther than the last one, and the last one was hit, like, way better. The one they flied out to left in?
Yeah. As Takeru Okajima comes up here. And the first pitch is a ball. Okajima looking for his first hit of the evening. 1-0 pitch coming up here. As it gets him looking for ball number 2. Well, he's definitely had base runners. I think given the relative efficiency he's had so far and how big their lead is, I'd leave Kiriyama out there for at least another inning or two. As he gets the ball inside for strike number 1. 2-1 pitch coming up here. 2 men away. No runners on. Bottom of the 5th inning. As Okajima fouls that way out to left side, staying alive in the at-bat. Two pitch coming up here. And that's a fastball very high for ball number 3. And he gets that just outside, and Okajima earns himself a walk. Well, you know, you can't score 6 runs all at once, so this is step number 1 for the Eagles in regaining the lead.
One small step for an Eagle. A giant lead to overcome. I'll be here all week.
Oh, Coy Turnbull says he has no sound. I hope that's not the case for everyone else. I can definitely hear the game. As Mikael Franco gets ready for another at-bat. Fastball right down the middle, basically, for strike number 1. As Kitayama throws a curveball outside for ball number 1. Runner on first, the 2 away here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kitayama throws a curveball. Franco makes good contact going deep out to center left, and it lands. Oh, no. Did he hit a home run? Oh, that was a home run. Sorry,
he realized it.
My stream slowed down for a minute there, and it just looked like a routine hit out to center left, but Franco picks up his 7th home run of the season. Big bang home run, and I know definitely at least his 2nd home run against the Fighters, as that brings the lead a little closer, 4-8 now for the Eagles. Are the Fighters about to do fighter things?
I'm sure each Fighters fan knew that lead was not safe.
As Franco, just got it.
Andre in the chat listening to us on his way to work, like we're the radio.
Ah, that's beautiful. Bottom of the 5th here with 2 away. Eagles now behind 4-8 to the Fighters. Kitayama gets ready for the first pitch, and it's a breaking ball. Gets the batter looking, as that is Daichi Suzuki coming up to the plate. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here. Another breaking ball. Chopped foul by Suzuki. Brings his count to 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming up here by Kitayama, and it's a fastball high and inside for ball number 1. As I now hear it heavy rain outside my house. I hope my microphone doesn't pick that up.
Oh, that's nice. I wish it was
stormy.
raining here.
Stormy out here lately. 1-2 pitch coming up. Another fastball high and inside for ball 2.
Every time it rains here, a lot of people are shocked, and I'm just like, do you remember where you live?
Yeah, we're on the East Coast, baby.
It rains here. Where have you been?
2-2 coming up as he gets Suzuki swing and a miss. Big time strikeout as Kitayama limits the damage there to only 2 runs. As that brings us to the bottom of the top of the 6th inning, I should say, as the Fighters lead 8-4. Saw the players going into the dugout there. Might be having ourselves a little break, since we're going to have a little ad break here. Like instead of cutting to commercials, we cut to in-stadium festivities. It's a lot more fun. As I'll have myself a bit of coffee here. Is this a dinosaur theme night?
I think it's a dinosaur theme night.
Oh, that's cool. That's going to be August 20th, I believe. The Eagles will wear their green jerseys. Now, anyone listening, if you haven't seen these Eagles green jerseys they've got this year, go take a look at them. You're going to like the way you look, I guarantee it. They're beautiful.
As I check the weather over here, there is both a extreme heat warning and a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's interesting.
That's been all summer here. It has been relentless. Also, extreme smoke warnings, as I am in Montreal,
Yeah,
and Quebec is on fire.
The Mounties couldn't put that out?
They're working on it, but we're also Quebec, and it's different. I don't want to get into that. As that brings us to the top of the 6th inning, I would just like to reintroduce ourselves. I'm Jimbo Bernicki, joined by Michael Bealey. Very happy to have you all here with us today on this beautiful baseball for breakfast, as we're coming around to 7 a.m. here on the East Coast. As I always say, if you haven't done it before, give us a little shout out and where you're from and what time it is, how you're doing. And what are you having for breakfast today? It's baseball for breakfast. Oh, fireworks. What do we got going on here? Fantastic. Premature victory celebration. Very premature, considering they're down by 4 runs.
Nothing like a little bit of fireworks to improve the mood of everybody in the stadium.
Now, I like what Cy Hart just said. I've said this before on the podcast. I don't get why a team doesn't just wear green. It looks great. Like, every time a team has a green jersey, they look fantastic. Some team should just commit. And as I just referenced, if you're listening to the show right now and you'd like to keep up with us, we have a weekly podcast called The Podcast. As we're going to catch some highlights here. Ooh, volume went way up on my end. There we go. You see a huge home run by Kobakata to kick off the game. So just take a little break here to enjoy these highlights as the players get ready to rest up. That's fair play by Scrub God. 4 a.m. is a little early for breakfast. And yes, I agree quite Turnbull. The Riders' black and red uniforms from this season are the slickest uniforms I think I've ever seen on any team in sports. Ooh, we got someone tuning in from Singapore. Probably not actually related to Singapore, but I love Singapore noodles when I go to Chinese places.
I think Singapore is where my J-League buddy I mentioned was playing. I think it was like Singapore Alabrex or something.
Seeing that surprise home run by Franco. As that brings us around to the top of the 6th inning. Fighters leading 8-4. Really goes to show how timely the Fighters' hitting has been when they only have 2 more hits than the Eagles, but 4 more runs. Definitely seems to be some sort of younger fan appreciation day, as there are a lot of kids in the stands today. As Ishibashi comes up for 2nd inning of work. That motion reminds me of someone else. It's not just Linscomb. There's I cannot for the life of me remember who it was, though. So somebody else, though, had a very kind of aggressive downward motion like that. See, we'll get a little more of a warm-up in there. Top of the 6th inning kicking off here. Very quick hit out to second base. Flipped over to first for a very quick first out of the inning as Kobakata gets it over to Suzuki. So lost my place for a moment there as that brings up Daichi Asama, for his third at-bat of the I was about to say the inning. It felt that way a few just an inning ago. He made it all the way through the fighters wrap-up as Ishibashi gets the first strike down the middle, strike number 1, as those very loud and aggressive fighters fans have woken back up. As Ishibashi throws another ball in there for ball number 1. One pitch coming up here. And just outside for ball number 2. Two-one pitch coming up here for Ishibashi. And he gets that just inside for strike number 2. Sama chops that foul over to the right side. Sorry, video slowed down for me for a moment there.
All right, I'm back. I had a couple of video issues on my end that I seem to have sorted out now.
There we go. 2-2 pitch coming up here from Ishibashi to Osama. And he... Okay, just down the middle for ball 3, apparently. That is very close. Full count pitch coming up here. 1 man away, top of the 6th. As Osama hits that deep out to right field, going way back for another home run. Big bang home run for Daichi Osama. As that brings his 5th home run of the season. That brings the Fighters' lead to 9-4 here in the top of the 6th. As the powerful cheers of the Fighters faithful seem to be powering the Fighters on. Sai's got a fun idea of having Shinjo and Shinsuke Nakamura be tag team champions. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd book it. Perhaps going up against a team that's doing the opposite of what they were doing is what's given them the extra spark to...
Oh, I'm also terribly sorry. That was Gosuke Kato. Osama struck out earlier.
Oof.
Whoopsie. Oh well. Gosuke Kato, 5th home run of the season. Good job. Go Matsumoto hits it down to Murabayashi, who flips it over to first and safe, apparently. That looked like a really good throw to me, but he was falling away from it. As Go Matsumoto picks up his first hit of the evening, as looks like they might challenge that. Either that or they're already thinking about switching pitchers. And will we get a change or no, not quite? Oh, not yet. Yotaro Kiyomiya coming up here for his 4th at-bat of the evening. Picked up an RBI triple last time he was up. And on first with 1 away, as he takes a big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here. As that's just inside for ball number 1.
That triple that he got earlier in the game was actually his first triple of the year. from what I'm seeing. I think that might be his first career triple, actually.
1-1 pitch coming up here. As he hits that very cleanly over to Kobakata, who flips it over to Murabayashi, who flips it over to Suzuki for the double play. Eagles get out of that, giving up only 1 run as the Fighters lead 9-4 heading into the bottom of the 6th. Oh, we have a pitching change here. As Sugiura comes up. Oh, and we also have a substitute batter coming in. Toshiro Sugiura is a former Yakult Swallow, but has been with the Fighters since 2017. As first batter skies it out to Kiyomiya down on third base. Nope, looks like it'll be Mr. Allen that collects it for the first out of the inning.
According to my report on Sugiura, he's a 7-pitch pitcher.
That's a lot of pitches.
Fastball, forkball, slider, curve, cutter, changeup, and another one that is coming up as -1 because I believe my translation is not going well.
Ryosuke Tatsumi coming up here. As Sugiura gets out ahead with a first strike pitch. Sugiura gets him again, looking with a second strike. Tatsumi's been pretty decent so far this game, picking up 2 hits and 2 at-bats. As he makes very soft contact, but has that just land in center field for his 3rd hit of the evening.
Just poked that. I don't even think he expected to make contact there.
Yeah, it was like, just seemed like almost like a speedy bunt. As that'll bring us back around to the top of the order for the Eagles. As Itsuki Murabayashi comes to the plate. Men on first with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. As Sugiura gets strike number 1. 0-1 pitch coming up here, as he gets a fastball low and outside for ball number 1.
Looking at Sugihara's advanced statistics and splits, the deeper he gets into counts, even 3-0, the better his results are. It's kind of interesting to me.
As he gets a breaking ball low and outside for strike number 2. It's like a really tight curveball. One-two pitch coming up here to Murabayashi. As he hits it back up to the pitcher, who flips it over to second, as Kato throws it over to first, turning the double play and bringing an end to the inning for the Eagles. As we enter the top of the 7th inning, the Fighters are still up 9-4. And let's get our Lucky 7 song. And once again, just another reminder, on August 8th, we will have another Baseball for Breakfast as the Hawks take on the Eagles. I believe that game will be at the PayPay Dome, which is a beautiful place to watch a game. And on the broadcast, we'll have all the advanced stats that will show you the pitches, RPM, and other fancy little info for all you stat heads out there.
Rocket didn't stick with the same pitcher. I'm just wondering if he's being used just as mop-up at this point.
Yeah, probably more or less. I mean, he was effective in that, more or less effective in that first inning. Don't think anyone was expecting him to give up a home run as Chusei Minami comes up to bat and takes a huge hack, but it goes foul. Strike 1.
I'm telling you, he heard you say he's not expecting him to give up a home run. And Minami is just like, watch me.
Ishibashi with the 0-1 pitch. Way inside for ball number 1. One offering coming up by Ishibashi, and his fastball just outside for ball number 2. Two-one pitch coming up here for Minami, as he again takes a big hit that goes foul, as Sumida catches that for out number 1. That brings Ariel Martinez to the plate. Been very effective tonight, picking up 2 hits, and I believe 2 runs on those. Always finding himself running around the base paths and scoring for the team. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 7th, I should say. My mistake. Ishibashi throws a breaking ball low and inside for ball number 1. Ishibashi throws another curveball, but this one lands in the strike zone for strike number 1. As Ishibashi has a fastball outside, and Martinez goes swing and a miss for strike number 2. And I just believe they made a substituted catcher. That is Kengo Horiuchi. One-two pitch by Ishibashi coming up here, and that's a fastball. Gets Martinez looking for strike number 3. Ishibashi is getting through this inning pretty quickly as we are 2 away now on the top of the 7th.
6番ショートハンス
He made a face like he wasn't happy with that, but that looked
It's
pretty
pretty
much
down the
strike the whole
middle.
time.
Yeah, pretty down the middle, a little low, but definitely looks like a strike to me. As Ishibashi throws ball 1, as Alan Hansen is here at bat, looking to pick up his 3rd hit of the evening. At the 1-0 pitch, as Hansen takes a huge swing and a miss for strike 1.
I'm interested to know exactly how one goes from the U.S. minor leagues to the Japanese independent leagues like Hansen did. You know, you always hear about people going overseas to the big overseas leagues, but the independent leagues is interesting.
A creative agent. So the 1-1 pitch coming up here as Hansen takes a big chop, and that goes way back foul, bringing the count to 1-2.
Maybe it comes down to playing time in an independent league team. He'd be playing every day.
Yeah, probably.
Perhaps.
Not only playing every day, but you're still getting scouted by Japanese majors. So, seems like a pretty good place to land. One-two pitch on the way for Hansen. As he chops that one over to the right side, and Suzuki picks it up for no problem for the 3rd out of the inning. As that brings us into the bottom of the 7th, Fighters still on top of the goals 9-4.
And now for the home teams, Lucky 7.
I don't know if you've ever seen the anime Gantz, but the song the ball plays reminds me of the Rakuten song. It's very cheery and upbeat.
Gantz is on my list, which is ever growing at this point.
Honestly, the manga's much better. It's totally different.
It's like, I can go watch something new, or I can go rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho again.
Tough pick. Yu Yu Hakusho is always a good call.
It's never a wrong call. I got the anniversary box set last year, 30th anniversary.
That's pretty good.
It's a limited edition. Of course, sometimes I'll just throw on some Dragon Ball or Go-Go 13. Or go watch a Kurosawa movie. Either or.
2番セカンド小深田博
Actually, speaking of anime, the Slam Dunk movie's coming out soon. Pretty excited for that. I know it's the wrong sport, but
Slam Dunk, the sole reason Japan has a professional basketball league. It's like Captain Tsubasa with soccer.
Hiroto Kubikata coming up to the plate. Looking for his third hit of the evening after that huge home run in the first. His first pitch is a fastball right in there for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pitch coming. As Kubikata takes a huge swing and a miss for strike number 2. Oh, 2 pitch coming up here, and that's a slider, it seems, way in the dirt for ball number 1. And Kubikata just fouls that off, managed to stay alive. As Segura Fukuda is the man pitching to him. One-two pitch coming up here for Kubikata. As going to get some swing and a miss for strikeout number 1. As Fukuda picks up his first strikeout of the evening. And we've got 1 away here.
3番ライト小郷優也
Yuya Ogo coming up for another at-bat. First pitch is way outside for ball 1. Can't help but feel like with a release like that, that's pretty much all you're going to get. It's either right down the middle or way outside.
That's not. Is that sidearm or is it?
That's low 3/4. Wow, man, as they say that, nearly hits the batter right in the chest.
Low 3/4?
Yeah, I don't think it's quite sidearm, but it's awfully close.
Seems like it adds like a little extra something to every single pitch.
Yeah, it's definitely got a bit of a whip action on it. You know, it might be a sidearm. It like starts 3/4 and goes into sidearm, kind of. Funky action.
I know they say whatever works, but I just wonder how do you realize that that's your pitching motion?
I think you just throw it enough and you get enough strikes with it. You know, you just tell yourself, all right, this is the way we got to do it.
I know Pat Neshek had that really interesting, weird motion at MLB, and his came after an injury.
That's interesting. As Ogo skies that off to the left side for a foul ball, bringing us to a full count.
But then you look at like a submarine pitcher, and it's just like, all right, now how did you get to that point?
You know, submarine. I love watching it, but I have no idea how those people do that.
At some point, you had to start playing professional baseball. You know what a pitcher looks like, and you just went, nah.
I'm gonna try something else. Full count pitch here to Ogo. As Fukuda gets it high and outside, just missing the plate for ball number 4. As Ogo comes down to first base. Earning his first walk of the evening. Man on first with 1 away here. Bottom of the 7th.
DH
Once again, thank all of you for joining us for today's game. It's been a very fun one. Pretty exciting with all the runs we've had scored as we are entering the final stretch.
If you haven't already, take a moment to drop in the chat where you're watching from.
And what are you going to do for breakfast today? As the Ditto Asamura comes up. First pitch is a just outside for a ball.
Or if you already had breakfast due to your time zone, what did you have for breakfast?
Breakfast only, though. It's baseball for breakfast when we talk about breakfast.
I don't want to hear a single thing about dinner. I don't care what time it is.
1-0 pitch coming up here to Asamura as Fukuda gets it way inside for ball number 2.
Honestly, though, I think breakfast is the best meal of the day.
For sure.
Providing you have enough time to actually, have a good one in the morning.
That's true. I could do breakfast every meal, though, in terms of, like...
It's great.
Oh, man, love it.
Possibilities are endless.
As Asamura skies that deep out to center field. Should be a very easy out, as it is.
You ever stay at a hotel and they have the free breakfast in the morning?
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, it
So
closes at 9? I will be there until 9.
I'll be there at 6. You can't make me leave.
You'll have to drag me out of here.
But really, you'll have to drag me out of here. I will go into a diabetic coma. Especially if they got the thing to make the waffles. Forget about it.
Sir, just because it's free doesn't mean you have to drink the syrup.
Yes, it is. Yes, it does. Takaro Kojima coming up for another at-bat. 2 away here with a man on first. As Fukuda fires that in for strike number 1.
I think next time I play Pro Baseball Spirits, whenever the new one comes out, I'm going to have to use this pitching release for my creative pitcher.
It's pretty good. 0-1 pitch coming up as Okajima manages to get a bit of contact on that. Out off 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch from Fukuda to Okajima coming up here as Okajima just fouls that off to the left side and stays alive.
Now, what are those uniforms? The sky blue
Yeah, those were
camouflage?
nice. Kind of like a pastel kind of thing. Those were nice. 0-2 pitch coming up, and that's way in the dirt and flies around, and that'll definitely lead to at least 1 extra base for Mr. Ogo. And he looked like he was thinking of a second one. One-two pitch coming up here to Okajima as he tags that out to left. Will it die as a dying quail, or Mr. Go Matsumoto will collect it for the final out of the inning? That brings us to the top of the 8th inning. Fighters still on top 9-4 as the Fighters look to close in on their second win in about 20 games, I'd say.
Wait, what did you call him?
What, Go Matsumoto?
Before that.
What do you mean?
I thought you said dying quail for a moment.
I did, yes.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, it's just when you like tag the ball and it like floats out. Yeah, I've heard it called that. You know, and just like what do you call it when you hit the ball and it just lands between, just softly lands between like third and left field, like a blooper, I guess. Yeah,
I
a
usually
blooper.
just say blooper, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard dying quail before.
I didn't know if that was like, you do the right-click translate on the tour sheet, and then it gives you the literal translation of the name.
Yeah, I just put in dying quail onto Google. First thing that comes up, baseball term, and a fly ball quickly lands between the front and outfielders.
Alright, fire me, I guess. I didn't know that. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Of all the offenses and mistakes we've made, from me getting everyone's name wrong to just reporting things incorrectly, you not knowing a dying quail, that's the straw that breaks the camel's back.
With my luck, would not surprise me. The Quail Society's after me.
Big Quail doesn't want you to know.
Big Quail.
Quail lobby is very powerful.
Quail Super Puck. Do they have those in Canada?
Super PACs?
Yeah.
I don't know, actually, straight up. I want to say no, but I can't say that for certain.
Probably legal, like it is in every other respectable country.
Yeah, probably. Because we've got like 10 parties kind of thing. Well, I mean, not literally, but we don't have the 2-party thing like you guys do.
Yeah, you get like doesn't it fully get the minister and then like the seats and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I wasn't even just talking about that. I mean, just because there's so many parties, and then there's different parties in different like states/provinces. Like the head of my province is the CAQ, which has no federal representation whatsoever. Anyway, enough politics talk. I believe that brings us over to Mr. Yu Yegunji, looking to pick up his 3rd hit of the evening. He's on a 3 RBI tear tonight. And the first pitch, rifled in there for strike 1. I know we had a change, I'm not sure who that is. Looks like Takada. 0-1 delivery coming up for Gunji. As he way high for ball number 1. One pitch on the way, as that's a breaking ball just inside for strike number 2. Maybe not a hard break, maybe more of a... Oh, no, that's a definite curveball. As it just got confirmed, it's Koichi Takada pitching for the Eagles now. 1-2 pitch coming up now for him, as he gets Gunji to hit it out to center field. Gunji picks up his 4th hit of the evening, I think, as he lands safely on first base.
Seemed like that bounced into the dirt, but didn't die at all. Like it just the mound.
Oh yeah, off the mound. Oh, my mistake. That's his 3rd hit of the evening.
Motor show, as they say.
Sorry if you heard that. Bump my desk a little bit as Torai Fushimi comes up. Strike number 1. Oh, 1 delivery on the way as he fires that in. Okay, that's apparently a ball. I can't lie. I would have bet money on that being a strike. I like that delivery though. As Koichi Takada gets ready for the 1-1 pitch. And it's fouled off to the right side. 1-2. Runner on first with no one away here with a 1-2 count as we are in the top of the 8th inning. The Fighters lead 9-4. Koichi Takada trying to pick up his first strikeout of the evening. As Fujimi fouls that off to the right side again. Fushimi fouls that off again to the right side, staying alive in the at-bat. Count remains 1-2. One-two pitch coming up here once again for Takada. As Fushimi skies that out to right field, easily collected by Ogo, who will keep the runner at first. One away here in the bottom of the 8th.
9番ライト浅間
Daiki Asama coming up to the plate here. Looking at the ball score, all the fighters have picked up hits except Igoshi, who was brought in as a substitution at one point. But everyone who started this game has picked up a hit so far. As Asama gets ready for the first pitch. Fired in right down the middle for strike number 1. If his arm can hold out for simplicity's sake, I imagine Takada will probably try to finish out the game here, barring some catastrophic event. 0-1 pitch coming up here. As it's fouled off to the right side. 0-2.
And there's been a lot of catastrophic events this game already. I think that's been the entire game for Rockton. It's just been one giant catastrophic event.
I mean, really, if you think about it, it was one enormous catastrophic inning. Everything since then
has all the Sabre fans talk about.
One away and a man on first with the 0-2 pitch coming up here. Takada looking to pick up his first strikeout, put away Daichi Asama as Asama fouls it off to the right side. Daiki Asama, my mistake. Oh, 2 pitch coming up here. Takada fires it into the dirt for ball 1. The 1-2. And Asama grounds that out to first. Suzuki flips it over to Takada, who lands on first, picking up the second out of the inning. As Gunji remains on second base. Gosuke Kato coming up for his, I believe, 5th at-bat of the evening. As Takada fires that in for ball number 1.
And Gabe is in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Gabe? Let's see, I haven't had the chat open for a minute, so let's check that out. 1-0 delivery coming up for Takada as Gato hits it cleanly out to second as Kubakata picks it up for the third out. We need some more coffee, I think, as we are approaching quarter to 8 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah, I got to the point with my coffee where I drank it and then realized they did the old a quarter coffee, the rest is just water trick.
Ooh.
Pain.
That's why I'm happy I got my coffee here, and I know it's all coffee. While the bottom of the 8th inning coming around here. Fighters still up 9-4 over the Eagles.
Yeah, but when you get that one guy at the store that doesn't want to jip you like that, it's so nice.
That is nice.
The one underpaid employee that isn't totally gone and doesn't want to ruin your day as of yet.
Here we get a look at Tanaka, who, as we said earlier, started the game pretty all right, and then things really fell off the wagon in the 5th inning. As we have Yamamoto coming in to pitch for the Fighters. Not Yoshinobu Yamamoto, though that would be very exciting. Miguel Franco coming into bat here. As you saw, he had one of the only highlights for the Eagles post 5th inning, picking up that 2-run home run last time he was up. Bottom of the 8th inning about to get off underway. The Fighters lead 9-4. Eagles will be looking to make a major comeback here if they can. Crazier things have happened. And the first pitch. Franco immediately makes contact with that, only to go foul. 0-1. And the 0-1 delivery. Franco pops that deep out to center field, collected easily by Osama. 1 away. Daichi Suzuki coming up to bat. Just looking up quickly the relief pitcher, Takumi Yamamoto also used to play for the Dragons. Everyone used to play for the Dragons at some point. And the first pitch coming up as Suzuki hits that down to left field and it lands for a base hit. That's how you got to do it, one runner at a time. As the Eagles get a man on base here in the 8th inning.
Couple now, a couple later, they still have a good chance.
As that blooper lands softly in right field. Saw there he really choked up on that, was just looking to make good contact, and he did.
More so when he was younger, but Suzuki is a stolen base threat. He was a big stolen base threat with the Marines way back when.
As Yamamoto fires that in for ball number 1. It's Kengo Horiyuchi at the plate. Only had one at-bat earlier as he was a defensive substitute. He still has yet to pick up a hit on the season, if I see that stat line correctly. 1-0 pitch on the way. As he chops that foul. 0-1. 1-1, I should say. 1-0 delivery on the way. Man on first with only one away here. As a huge swing and miss got him turned around. Strike 2. One-two delivery coming up for Takumi Yamamoto as he fires that fastball just outside and low, apparently, for ball number 2.
Gabe, in the chat, the cheering sections were rather wild much earlier in the game.
My goodness. Yeah, go back and watch the replay. You will not believe how loud they were.
I think the field mic's been either moved or adjusted since then.
1-2 pitch coming up. Well, no, if you remember, when it was really loud and overpowering, it was the Fighters fans going crazy when the Fighters were at bat. So this just seems to be the Eagles fans have finally woken up.
Well, I guess it's been 9-4 for a while now, because I don't think we've heard that level of yelling.
No. This is new. Full count pitch coming up here to Horiyuchi. As it's a breaking ball just outside for ball number 4. 2 men on now for the Eagles as they start to look to make a comeback. And that will bring Ryosuke Tatsumi up to the plate, who has picked up 3 hits in his 3 at-bats so far this evening. Definitely who the Eagles want to see at bat right now. In the chat, Gabe's asking if Tanaka will get to 200 wins. Not tonight, I'll tell you that much. Man on first and second with 1 away here, as Yamamoto fires that in for a first strike. Oh, 1 delivery coming up here for Yamamoto. As Tatsumi shows bunt and earns himself ball 1. A bunt here would be an interesting play, as you would get both runners over in scoring position, but with only 1 out remaining for Murabayashi.
I mean, I guess you eliminate the double play, but I mean,
That's
you're going to
true.
score from second on any hit, really.
As that's a ball down in the dirt for ball number 2. I would just think with how Tatsumi's been hitting so far today, you let him swing, as Murabayashi's only picked up 1 hit so far.
I am historically the fan of bunts, but in that situation, I would not be doing that.
Yeah, me too. I'm pro bunt, but I don't know about bunting here.
The bunt lobbyists are at work here.
Big bunt.
They don't want you to know.
1-2 delivery coming up here for Yamamoto, as he gets that just outside for strike number 2. Yamamoto definitely working the outside of the plate, as Tatsumi is not going fishing for those. Oh. All right, 2-2 pitch coming up here. as he runs that over and he falls to the shortstop line as we now have the bases loaded. Suzuki holding up at third base. As Ryosuke Tatsumi picks up his 4th hit of the evening, having himself a wonderful game. That'll bring Itsuki Murabayashi to the plate. Barring some sort of substitution. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th with only 1 away. The Fighters are still on top 9-4, but that looks like a precarious lead now. And the first pitch coming up here as he fires that just high for ball number 1. One out count coming up here as Yamamoto throws the ball and Murabayashi skies that deep out to center field. This will definitely bring home at least 1 run as Suzuki tags up from third and lands safely. Eagles biting away at that lead, just nibbling, 5-9 now.
Bloop one more on and hit that grand slam and you're good.
There you go. Decent piece of situational hitting there. Obviously, you'd prefer a hit, but if you're not going to get it, a sky out to center field is definitely the way to go. So that'll bring up Hiroto Kubakata, who, as I'm sure many of you hopefully remember, hit a huge home run to kick this game off in the first inning. Can he do it again? Two away with the man on first and second here. As Kubakata, dangerously close to getting another home run there. Deep foul out to right field. Oh, 1 delivery coming up. Yamamoto from the stretch. Breaking ball just outside for ball 1.
We had a lot of Fighters fans in the chat. Where did they go? I guess they went to bed. Or to work, either or.
1-1 pitch coming up here, and that is a breaking ball just outside for strike 2. Very well placed ball there by Yamamoto. We get a little replay on that. All right, curveball just slides in, gets back on the plate. Maybe a little frame job there, but that's all right. That's baseball. One-two pitch coming up here for Kubakata. It's down in the dirt for ball 2. Two-two pitch here coming up. as Kobakata chops it down to short, as Alan Jones flips it over to first and just gets the out. Alan Hansen, I should say, my mistake. I always call him Jones for some reason. But that brings us to the end of the 8th inning, as the... Wait. What just happened?
Request. There's a request in
Okay.
progress. I thought at this point in the game you might as well.
I thought Kobakata just decided he made it. Just like, nope, I'm going to stay here.
I am safe. Continue.
I think Alan Hansen heard me call him Jones and froze up for a moment there.
Normally they cut to the manager doing the request, the box.
I guess he probably challenged right away.
I thought it was...
Oh, that's close. I think he's out, but that is close. Yeah, that's out, I think.
Even if he's not, I think it's too close for them to change it. Nice camera angle there, bud.
No, I mean, Yamamoto's right in the way. Other than that, it would have been perfect. No, I think that's solidly out, unfortunately, for the Eagles.
And like by half a step at least. Or at most, I should say.
Yeah, definitely got him. The umpire comes out and confirms that is out, bringing us to the bottom of the 8th inning, just as we roll around to 8 a.m. here on the East Coast. As we enter the 9th, the Fighters still ahead 9-5 over the Eagles.
ここでお客様にクラブイーグルスのご案内です。今、
9 to 5, everyone's nightmare.
Oh, there you go.
8月6日の
Very
Hopefully the game
appropriate.
will end soon, so you guys can go to your 9 to 5.
選手の直接プレゼント、ユニフォームをお渡し
Me personally, I'm just going to
抽
bed.
選でご参加いただきます。当日、来場者プレゼントのユニフォームを
And just another reminder, our next broadcast will be August the 8th, where you will get to see the Eagles take on the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks at the PayPay Dome. We would be happy to have all of you here, just as we're happy to have you here today. Again, it's Baseball for Breakfast. I'm Jimbo Bernicki here with Michael Bealey. Game's almost over, but if you'd like to see more stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the videos on this page. We have a lot of highlights, other full game replays, and the podcast, a weekly podcast the three of us do, along with Mr. Gabe Lerman, just covering little updates and news from around the league in English. Love to see you there.
Unsullied by sponsorship, except for the ones that we make our own.
No, those are real. I'm sponsoring the show.
Just a joke, unless...
Final picture here for the Eagles. I believe that is still Mr. Takada. As I said, not really any reason to pull him out.
We have that one ad on the podcast about the shorts, and I heard another ad today that bothered me. It was trying to sell me shirts, so I think they're, as always, the algorithms listening in. Oh, you don't want to hear about shorts? Alright, here's some shirts.
Go Matsumoto coming up to the plate. Picked up his first hit of the evening his last time out. And the first pitch. Curveball right inside for strike number 1. Almost looked like slow-mo to me for a second. Oh, and delivery by Takada coming up as he gets him swinging for strike number 2. Oh, 2 delivery coming up to Go Matsumoto. As Takata fires that in, just hitting the dirt for ball number 1. As we have one very loud drummer standing on top of a microphone somewhere. 1-2 pitch coming up to go Matsumoto. As he very calmly, very gently fouls that off to the right side. Nothing moved but his wrists and arms there. One-two delivery coming up by Takata. It's a breaking ball way outside for ball number 2. Two on the way. As that's another breaking ball outside, bringing us to a full count. Full count pitch coming up here as Matsumoto hits it right up the middle and it lands safely for a base hit. His second hit of the evening. But a lot of those right up the middle plays this game. Including that one I thought Takata had. If Takata makes that catch, this is a totally different game. Not Takata, Tanaka at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that was during the
inning.
Was it during the 5th inning?
Yeah.
The inning, as historians will call it.
The inning the fighter season turned around.
You've heard of the trade. Now get ready for the inning.
As Kotaro Kiyomiya comes up. Again, only had one hit so far today, but it was a magnificent triple. And the delivery. Fastball high and away for ball number 1. One out delivery on the way with a man on first as Kiyomiya chops that foul. Strike 1. I really like Kiyomiya's swing. I think he's got a really good, naturally powerful swing. As he gets older and puts more muscle on, he can have a lot of home runs. You know, his swing reminds me of Ken Griffey.
Really?
Yeah, you don't think a little bit? Is that
he
out?
doesn't have he doesn't have the pre-swing bat wiggle. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing it.
That was out. I guess it was a pickoff and actually got him. First time I've seen that, and I have no idea how long. Yeah, from a right-handed pitcher, nonetheless. No, Kiyomiya's got a little bit of the wiggle. He doesn't quite have the same. Griffey's was he's got a bit of that going on. And the pitch is Kiyomiya takes a huge hack for strike 2.
Former Kintetsu player and Works player later, Tuffy Rhodes, he had a pretty Griffey-like swing, even with the same amount of wiggle. And later, when I was looking into it, he had the same coach that Griffey did as a child.
Ooh. As Kiyomiya takes a golf swing at something in the dirt, striking out and bringing us to 2 outs in the inning. Yeah, you know, I gotta agree with Sai. I thought he was safe over there. But I mean, the umpire saw it, not me. And yes, justice for Tuffy. Oof, just a lackadaisical swing from Kiyomiya there. To be fair, I mean, it's kind of the kind of setting where you would have one with a 4-run lead in the 9th. As we have a pinch hitter in here. Big swing and a miss for strike number 1. As Takata gets the second strike in there. Sorry, everything sounded like it disconnected for a second. Did anyone else feel that?
I had like a little hiccup as well. Mine was just a second though.
0-2 delivery on the way. High and outside for ball number 1. Taiga Igoshi, the batter. 1-2 delivery on the way for him. That's up and high for ball number 2. Igoshi was a Nippon Ham fighter, not a fighter, a Hanshin Tiger until last season. He is currently a fighter, as you may have noticed. 2-2 pitch on the way by Takeda, and that's low and outside for ball number 3. Full count pitch coming up here by Takada as Igoshi hits that well into right field, lands deep in center right. He's definitely going to make his way around second, definitely going for third now, as he will easily slide in on a very, very well hit triple here in the top of the 9th. The fighter's not letting up, and I believe that now, even with substitution, means every fighter who's had an at-bat this game has picked up a hit.
But the skid they just came off of, I'm sure that they're going to score as many runs as they can. It doesn't matter what inning it is, doesn't matter how many outs there are.
For sure. No, yeah, you gotta build up that momentum, for sure. Surely a very good feeling game for them. And again, we're not out of it yet. There could still be a catastrophic collapse on the horizon. A 4-run lead isn't insurmountable. Because I believe that'll bring... Oh, Ariel Martinez up to the plate. Sumigoshi replaced Minami. Ariel Martinez having an interesting day. I think with how easily he was rounding the base paths around third, he thought he could steal earlier, and that didn't go so well. As Takada fires the first pitch for ball 1. One-0 pitch coming up here. As Martinez takes a huge swing and miss for strike 1. Man on third with 2 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Eagles looking to stop the bleeding and hopefully make a very late game comeback here. As Takada gets ready for the 1-1 pitch. All right, breaking ball just outside for ball number 2. Looked like a pretty good pitch to me, but it was definitely on the border. Okay, yeah, just outside. Two-one delivery on the way. Down in the dirt for ball 3. One pitch, low and outside for ball 4 as Ariel Martinez makes his way down to first. Not the ending the Eagles were looking for, but I'm sure if they can get out of this, though, giving up another run, all's well that ends well. Looks like Martinez will be replaced for a pinch runner. So that'll bring Mr. Owen Hansen to the plate. He's had a very good game so far. Batting only 162 on the season so far, but 2 of those hits have come from today's game.
former player that I spoke to one time said that if you're involved in a replay review, like you're the one making the defensive play, he said for sure that it gives you a little extra something next time you're up at bat.
Interesting.
Like, just like, oh, you think I didn't do that? Alright, well, how about this? He said it was similar to, like, the guy in front of you getting walked to get to you.
Right. 1-0 pitch on the way to Hansen as he cranks that deep out to right field, but it will land just shy for Mr. Ogo to collect, bringing an end to the Fighters' offensive evening. Bottom of the ninth coming up here. Eagles down 9-5. Oh yeah, and as Gabe's pointing out, Takata threw nearly 40 pitches this outing. It's quite the outing for a relief pitcher. But he got the Eagles through. They're giving up no runs. Yeah, no runs on his part. It was Ishibashi that gave up the 2 extra ones. And I believe that will bring the middle of the order up for the Eagles, with Ogo, Asamura, and Okajima due to come up. Rodriguez comes up to the mound to close out the game for the Fighters. Wouldn't quite count as a save, I believe, because they are up by 4, which I think is a weird rule. I think anyone coming in kind of picks up a save, you know? As we have a couple defensive substitutions as well. More than a couple, all right.
Yeah, I guess you could say by preventing a comeback, they are saving the team from embarrassment.
There you go, see?
See? Put on the back of the stat sheet, SE, saved from embarrassment. It's a new saber metric I just invented.
Ogo coming up to bat, looking to get on base and use his speed to hopefully cut into this deficit. As Rodriguez picks up a strike on his first pitch. Rodriguez, a Dominican-born player, has been with the Fighters since 2018. And the 0-1 delivery coming up with way outside, ball 1. It's got a very, very relaxed delivery, to say the least. As he catches Ogo looking there for strike 2. One-two delivery by Rodriguez coming up here in the bottom of the ninth. As he gets Ogo swinging for a huge strikeout. 1 away now. 2 outs away from the end of the game. 2 outs away from the Fighters picking up their second win in a long time. Hideto Asamura coming to the plate. First pitch is skied out to right field. Obviously, Asamura looking for a home run here, as that brings us to first strike. 0-1 delivery. As Asamura makes really good contact with that, and it lands in right field, and he will safely get to first base. Eagles aren't quite out of it yet. There's a man on first with one away here. Oh, as they will be making a pinch runner change. As Takada takes the first base position. Definitely has more speed than Asamura, as Takeru Okajima comes up to bat. First pitch, huge swing and a miss by Okajima. Strike one. You saw there on Okajima's swing, coming up from under it, definitely looking to get some air under the ball and not ground out into a double play here. 0-1 delivery, just outside for ball 1. One delivery by Rodriguez as Okajima chops it down to third. Hansen flips it over to Goto, who flips it over to first, and safe. Can't make the double play, but they almost did to end the game, as there are 2 away now. Two away with the man on first here. As Franco chops it down to third. The third baseman casually flips it over to first, and that's the ball game. The Nippon Ham Fighters pick up their second win of the month with a 9-5 win over the Eagles here, as we have a little lag going on. Again, I would like to thank everyone who watched the game. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our other videos. This was a very fun game. I had a lot of fun calling it. For myself and Michael Bealey, have yourselves a wonderful day, and we will leave you here with the hero interview. Take care.
席、放送席、スタンド、そして全国のファイターズファンの皆さん、お待たせいたしました。ヒーローインタビューです。今日のヒーローは3安打3打点の活躍、郡司裕也選手です。ナイスバッティングでした。
ありがとうございます。
さあ、まずは初回、先制された後の2回です。逆転のチャンスで回ってきた打席、どんな気持ちで打席に入りましたか？
そう、最近、あまり試合に出れてなかったんで、今日は絶対に結果出そうと思って打席に立ちました。
その結果、逆転のライトへのツーベースヒットとなりました。感触、いかがでしたか？
いい当たりだったんで、抜けてくれと思いながら走ってました。
さあ、そして5回はチームが攻撃の波に乗っている中で、7点目となるタイムリーヒットでした。この打席はどんな意識だったんでしょうか？
いや、もう味方が、連打で来てたんで、流れに乗って僕も、はい、それに乗っただけです。
いい結果になりましたね。
ありがとうございます。
さあ、そしてタイムリーの後は、プロ初盗塁も決めましたね。
はい。意外と足速いんで、これからも盗塁していきたいと思います。
さあ、そして8回には3本目のヒットで、今日は3安打3打点の活躍でした。ご自身の活躍を振り返っていかがですか？
はい、この球場は僕は高校3年間過ごした球場でもありますし、そういう球場で活躍できたことは、嬉しく思います。
さあ、チームはこれで連勝、ここから巻き返しというところですが、後半戦に向けての意気込み、お願いします。
はい、チーム長いトンネルを抜けて、ここから階段を登っていくしかないと思うんで、この流れを、切らさないように、また明日から北海道で頑張りたいと思います。
今日のヒーローは3安打3打点の活躍、郡司裕也選手でした。おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございました。